Hey guys, Greg at Best Choice Trailers. We just put a load of Midsotas on the ground a few minutes ago. Had a couple with colors on them. Wanted to showcase some of these. Midsota does a nice job, I think, on their colors. And wanted to showcase what all we have to offer on this particular unit. Everything you see here pretty much is standard equipment other than the big old toolbox, which we do on a lot, so some folks think it's standard. This one also has 8,000 pound axles on it. We'll get to that in a second, but I'll take you for a full walk around on this. We're going to go ahead and start out up front. This unit is a 24 foot, which is going to be a 16 plus 8. 16 on the tilt and then 8 up front for your 24. It's going to be a 17,600 pound GVW. It's going to have two 8,000 pound axles. Some would say, well, how do you get to 17.6? You're going to have 1,600 pound of tongue weights factored in to the GVW, the trailer already. The reality is you're going to be more than 16 on the tongue, more than likely. Typically, it's going to be about 15%. 15% of 16,000, probably more like 2,300 pounds, something like that. But again, for this application, 17.6 minus about 4 empty. It's going to give you 13.6 on the trailer side payload. So it's going to take you for a walk around this unit. So up front, you've got a 2 5/16 inch Demco coupler. We like the Demcos. These actually, not only are they one of the only ones I've ever seen rated for more than 16,000, these auto latch. So as you would crank down the jack on the ball, it's going to go ahead and latch itself. And then, of course, you need your safety pin. Safety chains, you've got a 7-pin RV blade style whip. It's what almost all trucks built probably in the last 20 years or better have. Two-prong connection, not one. A lot of times you'll see one connection on those. They've got dual in case you were to bend one or whatnot. Want to point out one of the unique things on Midsota. Wiring is all ran in frame. They really do a nice job on this. It's actually ran and threaded so that you can go ahead and remove it. But again, very nicely done on this unit. So this is going to be a tube frame chassis. 2 pound for pound gives you a lot of strength. Been around for many, many years. A lot of times you're going to see a 6-inch channel tongue and frame. Just want to point out, this is a 3x6 tube. Pound for pound, you're talking almost double the weight of a normal 6-inch channel frame. With the toolbox up front, you've got a large spot. You got your weep holes built into the back. Your breakaway battery is contained within your box. You've got your safety prop, very simple to use, and then you can put your lock on should you want to do so. 12K jack is bolt on. You got 4 bolts. If you ever need to replace it, simple to do so. If you're ever in loose stone like this, I would turn your head as you would pull your spring latch up. It will throw those stones up at you. The nice part about this style jack, though, you've got an inner foot that's adjustable here, and then your outer leg's adjustable via the top line handle. So you don't have to carry around any sort of wood blocking or whatnot like you might on a smaller trailer. You got plenty of adjustment. Moving back the trailer, like I said, you've got the heavier frame on this. You've also got stake pockets and rub rails for tie downs. This rub rail also a little bit thicker. You got a 1/4 inch rub rail instead of your 3/16. Fork holders are an option on this, as you would see here. And I believe, I don't know if this model is getting redesigned or not, but the dump model has a redesigned fork holder that's pretty sweet. These are similar to what I'll say many have used it over the years. Actually, I'd say these are better than a lot of what I see. But again, I believe these are going to get redesigned. But you got your fork holders, and the new ones, basically, you just don't need a strap with your rings. They're built out a little bit different. Notice this is a full wrap tongue, wraps all the way back to your hangers. And you've got a dual manual latch. So one per side, and then on the other side, I'll show you as well, there's a flow control valve. Right now I've got it to the open position. So as soon as I open this guy up, and I'll point out, these all got greaser. It's very well done. A lot of times these will be black iron. Again, this is a premium trailer. They use some premium components on this. Very heavy duty all the way around. Rub rail continues all the way back to your fender. You've got a nice heavy duty gusset on your fender there with your bullet LED. You've got your double broke fenders. These are some heavy fenders they put on these, reinforced out in the center. Put your torque specs there. Being 8,000 pound axles, these have 17.5 rubber, so it actually doesn't call for 17.5s. You're only required to have a 14 ply 16 inch. These would be a 16 ply. 16 ply is going to take you to the solid wheel that you see here. 4,800 pound per tire. So even though this is a 16,000 or a 17.6 with your tongue weight, you've got 19,000, I want to say 200 pounds of rubber that you're riding on. Also green cap, their tire wheel fender for these uses nitrogen filled rubber. It's just nice, it's more stable, but also it's dry. It doesn't have any moisture that would dry rot your tires. Slipper spring suspension on these. It's also got the grease zert on it. Some would call that a wet bolt kit. Just makes it last a little bit longer. Mud flaps standard equipped. License plate mount. Notice you've got your rubber rail stake pocket coming to the back, and then you've got your banjo eye at the rear on the tail. Again, more little differences. Even this light bracket back here, it's not your traditional formed. That's all boxed in. So again, you got 16 foot on your tilt. You've got your 8 foot up front. This is blue in color. We've got, I want to say 10 or so standard colors on these. So if you want to swap to a red, or back in the distance there, I've got a charcoal gray one that came in and whatnot. It's different colors available on these. This is available with 7,000 pound axles, or you can also go up to the 10s as well. So right now we've got this set to open. So closed. Right now we're in open. I'm gonna go ahead and walk this back. So reasonably quick. If you set that handle part way, it'll be a little bit slower, but you know, it is 90 some odd degrees right now. So it's pretty quick today. I want to point out a couple little things. Notice that the fenders tilt with this. So you've got full width loading. It's not the case on a lot. A lot of them, where you actually see that frame there right on the other side of the wood, that's where a lot of them will tilt. So you end up about 75 or so inches of tilt deck. This actually comes all the way out to your fenders on that. So that's a little bit, I'll say, unique as well. Let's take a look underneath here. So again, your open, close are on the passenger side. You've got latches on both sides. Show you how it's framed out. Gonna use a drop axle to get you at nice low deck height. This is available in different lengths. Probably the most common on the 8K axles is going to be your 22 and 24. If you have 7K axles, 20 and 22. If you have any questions on this trailer or any of your other trailers, feel free to give us a shout. 717-220-4220. Or you can visit us on the web at bestchoicetrailers.com. Thanks for looking.